Let's also tell you that local farmers in Nigeria's northeastern state of Borno have commenced large-scale irrigation farming, aiming to boost agricultural productivity and tackle food insecurity in the country. By adopting the irrigation farming techniques, particularly in the Lake Chad region, the threat posed by climate change is expected to be addressed. And to talk about this further, I'm being joined live on the news by Professor Babangana Jugundum Kabir, Executive Director, Lake Chad Research Institute. Good morning. Glad to have you join me.
Good morning. I'm glad to be here too.
All right. Can you provide us with some insights into the current state of agriculture in the Lake Chad region now that farming activities is gradually picking up in Baga and as well as other communities in Borno State?
Yeah, actually, thanks be to the Almighty, we are now witnessing gradual return of peace to the Lake Chad Research Institute. To the Lake Chad basin. And as you are aware, the farming is the major occupation of the occupants of this region. People are returning to their communities with the help of the state and the federal government. Agricultural production is now taking given a priority. The state government adding the required inputs for kickstart production. There are sufficient inputs that have been provided to farmers, along with technical guides to farmers. Then the major crop that are being produced in this area under irrigation is particularly the vegetables, and then wheat production, which several hectares, hundreds of hectares have been devoted, particularly in Baga, then Gamboru, Ngala, and the southern Borno, in the Shani and the Kwayakusar local government, among others.
All right, Professor Kabiru.
Irrigation activities, yes.
Yes, I just wanted to drill down a little further on how you think the introduction of large-scale irrigation farming techniques will impact, the farmers in the Lake Chad region.
Well, that is apparent because large-scale irrigation farming has been introduced far back in the 70s, but due to the shrinkage of the Lake Chad, the project was not very much successful. But the benefits of large-scale irrigation farming are enormous, which include increased food production, increased engagement of the farmers. Then dual cropping is also possible with this large-scale farming activities. Being farmers, the populace will be engaged more or less throughout the year when we have large-scale irrigation schemes.
Okay, I know you mentioned one of the benefits of irrigation farming to be increased food production, but could you elaborate more on the benefits of irrigation farming in the context of Lake Chad? And how does it address the unique challenges faced by farmers such as water scarcity and as well as climate change?
Yes, irrigation farming generally is more profitable and more productive than rain-fed farming. Generally, yield increases with irrigation farming. Then apart from that, there are other benefits associated with irrigation farming, such as increased efficiency in the use of fertilizers and other inputs, elimination of water-related stresses, then stabilization of the microclimate, and other issues. So the benefits of irrigation, large-scale irrigation, are very enormous, and perhaps water is the most important limiting factor in this area. And once the provision is made for water to be available, and there are plans to do that, then irrigation farming has come to stay, and production is expected to increase several folds.
All right, Professor Kabiru, let's talk a bit about the welfare of farmers for a moment. What specific measures do you think the government can take to ensure safety of farmers?
The safety of farmers, I think deliberate measures has been put in place, and we have seen the result being the return of the farmers to their communities. Though there are still pockets of incidences taking places in certain areas, there is need to do more to ensure the safety of farmers. This is primary. Then secondly, there are other issues that needs to be addressed by the government in order to increase productivity and ensure food security. This includes the support of the farmers. The farmers have been displaced for several years. They have been depending on hands out given by the government and the NGOs. So virtually they have no starting capitals. So the government has to provide them with starting capital, with starting inputs. Then in addition to that, in addition to this, the government also need to provide the farmers with the agricultural infrastructures, which are key to successful agricultural production. This includes the production of irrigation facilities that has been ravaged and neglected over the years to be resuscitated. Then there is need for mechanization in order to increase farming. We don't have to go back to the small-scale farming using horse, and this mechanization is key. Then apart from that, there are also other infrastructures such as transport infrastructures, storage facilities, which we are lacking. Then above all, we need to have a robust agricultural extension system, which has nearly collapsed. The technologies for increased production is there with us and with other research institutes. But unfortunately, the agricultural extension system at its current state cannot transfer these technologies for farmers' uptake. So there's need to revive the agricultural extension system. Apart from that, government should also care about providing incentives such as soft loans, and then after that provide marketing outlets for the produce that are cultivated by the farmers. So I think when these measures are put in place, agricultural production will certainly increase to the desired level.
I most sincerely thank you for your time on the news, Professor Babangana Kabir, Executive Director, Lake Chad Research Institute. Thank you once again.
Oh, thank you, Bimfel.